He fought your first title, Colin Powell's old 15-round distance. That's how long ago it was. Colin Powell.
Yeah.
You only,
the 15 rounders.
You only fought Colin Powell 38 times.
Anyway. What an opponent! I mean, I take my hat off to him. That was one hard.
He was a hard man.
Yeah, hard man. Yeah, and you know, we had a personal thing going on between us. You know, it wasn't in the papers.
Did you get on with him or not?
He never gave me the opportunity to get on with him.
Oh, okay.
But we had our we sorted it out in the ring. Yeah, we sorted it out in the ring, and we had two magnificent fights.
Now, working through, I mean, you lost a British title fight to Terry Marsh, which I can remember. That was at Shoreditch. One of the last fights at Shoreditch Town, that was, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
If it wasn't the last, it was one of the last. I know that much. And you went in your last fight. You went out to Spain and lost the European title fight.
That's right.
But it's that consistency of 10 years, 1979 to 1989, about 15 or 16 proper title fights, but no world title fight. How did that happen, Clinton? How can you be at the top for 10 years, beating the best Brits, the best Europeans, losing to some of the best Brits, and still not fight for a world title?
I really don't know. I can't explain that. I can't explain it. Even to this day, I don't know why I never got a world title shot. I would have loved to have had a world title shot. I mean, I was there. It was my space.
No, you were there. I sort of marvel at it. I sort of struggle to get my head around it.
It's very frustrating.
And does that make you sometimes frustrated now when you watch some of the modern British fighters, or is it with you, their fighters let them get a living?
No, their fighters let them get a living. I've got no...
Correct answer, Clinton.
Yeah, I don't feel no pain that way. I know what I did, and I'm happy with that. Obviously, I would like to have fought for a world title. Yeah. That's my only regret.
And you sort of... I mean, I feel there's a lot of those fighters from the late 70s, even our world champions from the time, still don't get the credit they're due. You know, from Jim Watt maybe, but Conte, you know, he has to go to work. John H. Strace, he has to work all the time. Charlie's I think he's working on the bins in Hackney Council. So that's the guys from the 70s, and I think a lot of you guys from the 80s, good fighters. I still feel you're a bit short. You need a bit more recognition. Clinton, sit there. I've just got to read out a couple of emails now.
Okay.
I asked people, Clinton. You can think about this whilst I'm reading them out. I asked people to send me in their list or their name of fighters that fought too long. Now, loads of names were mentioned. Roberto Duran was mentioned. Giles, a guy called Giles, sent me an email. He said he knocked out a horse. He beat Cuevas, Leonard, and then he retired at 50, but he went on too long. Sogo play on Eastside Boxing, also named Duran, as did Jim Kelly on Eastside Boxing. Duran, by the way, fought from 1968 to 2001, 119 fights. Martin Wilmer, he put in Ken Norton. I'm not quite sure I agree with you there, Martin, although Ken did look a bit shot towards the end. Vano Irons on ESB and dozens of others. He went for Tyson. That's not up for dispute. Tyson was bad. Beast and Brawler on Eastside. He went for a good one. He went for Ken Buchanan. I like that one. He also listed 22 other fighters who he fought too long, and I kind of agree with that. Davey Boy, 1609 on ESB. He went Enzo Macronelli. Could be. I hope not. Meldrick Taylor, Andrew at World's End Boxing, and Steeltown Cobra both went for him. Chavez, Tom Sayers went for him. George Foreman, Ben Purnell went for George Foreman. I disagree. Matthew Syed Mohammed, someone went for. Simon Martin, Power of El Stampede, a white collar destroyer. But the most popular one from all of my listeners was Roy Jones, Chris Blackman, Neil Alston, Andy Barrows, Alex Boyd in Brisbane, John Burns, Noon on ESPN, Brooke Conroy. They all went for Jones. Who would you say? What fighter do you think went on too long?
Tommy Ernst.
Yeah, well, he's not. Tommy Ernst, he's one of his last fights. He's fighting in front of next to no one in Manchester. It was unbelievable.
I can't believe it.
I tell the fighter,
I
tell the one I think went on too long, and this would have been in my envelope. Obviously Ali, but we disqualified Ali. That's a given. Joe Louis, because he fought Rocky Marciano and he got smashed to bits.
Yeah, he was.
That was a really sad night because Marciano goes into the changing room afterwards and he's crying and Louis completely gone. So I would have gone Joe Louis. But Ali fighting too long. Thanks for that. Thanks for sending in all of that stuff. That's really, really good. It's given me a real big boost, that. And as I mentioned earlier on, I've got this hour-long programme on 5 Live on Sunday to deal with the McCloskey and the Khan fight. It's going out at 11 o'clock. Clinton, we've got a few minutes left. The book. Tell us what the book's called, first of all.
McKenzie Boxing Fitness.
And it's available on Amazon. I'd like to tell you what it looks like, but I can't because I haven't got one. Clinton's been in. Clinton, what would be your best memory from your pro career?
My best memory, was winning Lonsdale belt second time.
Oh, yes.
That's my best memory.
It's a great belt, isn't it?
Oh, it's fantastic. Love it to bits.
It's a staggering belt. I'm still amazed at how beautiful.
It is a masterpiece.
It is an absolute masterpiece. Clinton, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show, and I mean that, brother. And I'm sorry Ron Bodie nicked us 5 minutes from us. It's been great talking to you, and I think we should make this about twice a year thing. Get you in. I enjoy it.
I'd love to come in again. Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Listen, give my regards to all your brothers and cousins, because I seem to know so many of them, brother, over the years. It's just the way it works. Now, you've been listening to Steve Bunce on BBC London 94.9. It's been the Boxing Hour, the award-winning Boxing Hour, and I've got to thank everybody because our listen again figures are staggering. We're not only the most popular show that's listened to again in London, we're the most popular show that's listened to again anywhere about anything on the BBC regions. That is a staggering achievement, and that's down to every single one of you out there who chooses to listen again on all of the websites. Obviously, I always mention Eastside, but Doghouse and Boxrec, and all of them. You all throw your finger in the hat and you all help support it. I hope you've enjoyed Clinton McKenzie, Ron Bodie. I hope you've enjoyed, wasn't it great speaking to Lee Purdy, and also Paul McCloskey, I love that honesty, and Darren Barker, hard fight next week. I'm back next week. We're going to have Eddie Hearn, and we're going to we're going to have Eddie Hearn, definitely. We're going to speak to Nathan Cleverly. Thanks very much for your time tonight. Thanks for being with me, and Clinton, thanks for taking the time to come. Go on.
He'll be a father again.
And Clinton's going to be a father again. How many you've got so far, Clint?
I lost count.
He's lost count and he holds up 10 fingers. That's Clinton McKenzie. I'm Steve Bunce. This is BBC London 94.9. The scrum follows very shortly. Thanks very much for listening, and adios.